Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be episode 1 of Mission 7 of Ambush. Yes, it's back. Anderson's campaign continues, and we're doing now. This is episode 1 of Mission 7. For Anderson, it's his 4th engagement. I've already done, because I'm doing them now in chronological order, which, as I've said, if you've watched any of the previous ones, and please do, it's a bit confusing because in the book they're in difficulty order, I suppose, or the amount of extra rules you got to know order, which is not in chronological order. So in chronological order, it's mission 4 is the first engagement. Mission 1 is the second engagement. Mission 5, which was the last one done, was the third engagement. And now we're doing mission 7, which is the 4th engagement. That's the only way I can sort of do it. And then after this, we'll do, if Anderson survives, Anderson's squad survives, or any remnant of it, we'll be doing mission 2, then mission 8, then mission 3, and then mission 6. That's the chronological order. And that will then finish the ambush core set. Moving on beyond that, well, we'll just have to see. Will it be a new squad, or do they just treat that as a mini campaign? Don't know. We'll see at the present moment, because Anderson's squad has improved over the duration of the previous 3 missions. We have lost a few guys along the way. In the last episode, we lost Elmore. So we have a new recruit. His name is Elliot, Mr. Elliot. And we've still got Anderson, we've got Baker, Clint, Denton, now Elliot, Faulkner, Gibbs, and Hansen. That's the squad. Let's go down to the screen. Oh, the housekeeping. If you could do the like, and the subscribe, please do so if you haven't done so already. And yeah, comments much appreciated. I'm glad to get back to ambush. But remember, after this ambush, I will be going back to Battle Hymn, where we have squad. I had to put that in. Someone mentioned there, is Alan going to transfer to the Western Front? Unfortunately not, but we had to put the Alan in there somewhere. So it's in there, it's done. Let's move on. Okay, so this is the title page, as you would like to say, because I don't want to show you what I've done at the present moment other than bring this page up, because I want to go through what this mission is involved, and then I'll show you my plans and my setups and stuff for. So mission 7, as it says there, Bait for the Trap is what it's called. It's the 8th of August 1944. Now I could have put that on there as well. Didn't think of that. So it's the German 7th Army is counterattacking towards the French town of Mortain. The purpose? Close the Allied breakout from the Normandy beachhead. Allied High Command has determined to draw the Germans into pushing so far that the planned Allied counterattack will encircle the entire German army. Your squad stands directly in the path of the oncoming 2nd Panzer Division. Your mission is to delay the Germans and make them pay for the ground they gain, then retreat safely to the rear towards the main US line. So as I say, this is the 4th engagement for Anderson's squad. It says mine, but we know it's Anderson's. So then I've got limitations. So it says your squad. Buy equipment for your squad, keeping in mind that a tank attack is expected. In addition, you receive a Jeep and 2 anti-tank mines at no cost. So I re-rolled my weapon points cost. Didn't give me that much more. I got 40, I think it's 41 points. It says for setup, use map A. The top of the map is the south. I thought, but remember that. You can set up your squad any way you wish on the west side of the river or within 3 hexes of the river on the east side. So let's now show you what I've done. So let's just press the escape button. That should minimize. There we go. All right, so this is map A. South, I've marked at the top. I've put it in a big marker so to remind me. Then I thought, you know what? Sometimes you get confused. So I thought I'll make a marker for the east, the north, and of course, boom, 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 boom. I'll move that along to the west there. Okay. And this is my setup. So I've got 3 guys here. So that is Baker's team or half squad. Okay, Baker, the new guy, Elliot. Okay, I think that is Gibbs and Clint. And Clint are armed with a bazooka. Okay, Gibbs is with him because he's carrying 2 rounds for the bazooka. So I bought a total of 4 rounds. Well, 3 rounds. You get 1 for free when you buy the bazooka. Okay, so that's that 4. And then the other 4 I'll put with the Jeep because I don't know where these Germans are going. So let me just continue with the setup. So it says there, when setting up on the, all right, blah, 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 the Germans will enter from the east edge. So hence why I've done it. So they'll be coming on from this side. Okay. When setting up on the east side, I can set on the east. I didn't set anything up on the east side of the river. So I don't have to worry about that. But it was a 3 hex limitation. The Jeep and mines must also be set up within these limitations. So these are the mines I've placed here, because the way I'm looking at it, it does do a reminder. The Jeep and mine, do not set up your anti-tank mines in wood hexes, since tanks and large vehicles cannot enter woods. Your soldiers with bazookas and medium machine guns, who can afford a medium machine gun, 13 points a pop, can begin the mission with them already prepared. So the bazooka's prepared. I have not bought a medium machine gun. Don't have the weapon points. Oh, I mean, I suppose all the guys are armed with pistols. So it said there quite clearly that do not place the tank mines in the woods because the vehicles can't go in the woods. So I'm looking at the map, okay, and there's a wood line all the way down to here. Then there's a gap in the woods, and then this is brush, and then all woods again. So the only place the tanks can funnel their attack is along this road and through these brush. So I thought, well, let's put the anti-tank mines in the brush and have my bazooka team covering the road and also this area. So that's my thoughts. And then I put Anderson with his little group of lads, the half squad, in the Jeep. They're all in the Jeep because I have no idea where they're coming on the east, but they could come, especially the infantry, could come up here. Oh, button, come up over here, couldn't they? Or down here. So I'll put them in the Jeep to react, because that's effectively what I feel I've got to do. Could be completely wrong. We don't know until we actually start playing. So that's the setup. Okay, so the special rules. The stream. The water barrier from top to bottom is a stream and can be crossed at any point. So that was like, that's why I've kept myself more flexible. Okay, if it had been a river, then we know they can only cross the bridge. But we know the tanks, or enemy tanks, won't be coming this way because they can't go through the woods. Hence the setup. Came across it by the normal movement point cost, which is 3 for infantry, or 2 for infantry and 3 for tanks, or something like that. Hold on. I'll get something like that. Tell everyone what it is. Movement point cost for a stream, I've got to find it now, is 2 for infantry and 3 for vehicles. So it's not a lot. Okay. Then it goes on about the anti-tank mines. Use 2 minefield markers. Well, I thought of using explosives as your anti-tank mines and can set them up within the restrictions of the setup. So, especially on the west side of the bank, I haven't set anything on the east side. Okay. Anti-tank mines explode only when a vehicle enters them, the hex. Will they enter those 2 hexes? No idea. But, I wouldn't say it's likely, but it's possible. They won't enter any wood hexes. So I could have put it on the bridge, but I don't know if they'd spot them on the bridge. I don't know if that come into it at all. I thought the bridge was a bit obvious, and that hence why I covered it with the bazooka. It's also obvious that they might shoot me while I'm sitting there. Who knows? Okay. A car that enters an anti-tank mine hex is immediately disabled, and all soldiers in the vehicle roll for damage. Okay. A tank that enters an anti-tank mine hex is immobilized and can't move for the duration of the mission. It can, however, continue to fire. Now, it doesn't say that once it's been used once, that it can't be used again. So I'm assuming that the whole hex, and if another vehicle enters there, same effect. Then it says German entry. Since you are on the defensive, the Germans enter by random event. Okay. There are no activation checks. So I won't be moving around and looking at what's in each hex in this mission. Once you have set up your soldiers, done that, roll for the random events until a German is activated and rounds commence. So effectively, just keep rolling for a random event until something happens, and then rounds commence. If you ever re-enter operations and it says the word unlikely, and do not wish to move any of your soldiers, roll for random events again until another German enters and rounds commence. Okay, so that's that effect. Also notice I've got real dice. I've had these now set up for the last couple of games, Into the Woods and Space Empires. If you haven't seen those, please check them out. Played solo, and I hope you'd enjoy them. But it does allows me to roll the dice, and you can see the result. Okay. I don't like using the vassal dice, and doing this method, I can, instead of just narrating the result, I can still show you the result, which I much prefer. Okay, now what is necessary for a victory? You need 5 victory points to win. I thought, wow, that's a doddle. You receive victory points for the activation of Germans and their destruction if vehicles. So that says destruction. Doesn't say immobilization. Destruction. You lose VPs for the incapacitation and killing of US soldiers, standard. VP loss for an incapacitated soldier can be avoided by moving him off the west map edge from between Y1 to Y19, standard as well. Furthermore, you lose VPs for each German soldier or vehicle that exits the west map edge. Oh, so I can't just bug out. The number of VPs lost equals twice the VP value of the Germans. Thus, if a German is worth 1 VP for activation and 1 additional if captured, you would lose 4 VP if he exits the map. Oh dear. Okay. I can now see why 5 is required. The mission can end only during condition 4, so I can't just bug out instantly. Fair enough. It ends the instant there are no active US soldiers on the map. So we're going to get to condition 4 and then, or get to condition 4 with my guys hovering right at the map edge. Important, Germans still on the map when the mission ends do not cause you to lose VPs. You lose VPs only for those Germans that exit before the mission ends. That's fair enough. So if I bug out with the last guy and there's 3 Germans still on the board, they don't count. They don't like exit off after the event, if you see what I mean. So that's useful to know. Yeah. So I don't know where the Germans are coming, hence why I've got a reserve there to respond. I've got my bazooka team covering where I think the tanks will come, with also the 2 mines. I can't, it says it can't go to the woods. That is only the sort of gap that they can come through. And that's my reason behind the setup. So we're ready to play at the moment. I have gone through the errata. There didn't seem to be anything additional for this scenario. So we are, as I just said a moment ago, ready to play, and we will start with rolling with random events until there is one. Once we have some Germans on the board, I'm actually going to end this video because it's gone long enough with the setup and descriptions and so forth, and begin in the next episode. So as it said that there were no activations in this, so there was 4 conditions, but I've got nothing that would actually actively activate them. Cool, got there in the end. Actively activate them. Obviously, sightings and conditions. We're in condition 1, and no sightings at the moment, no victory points at the present moment. So we're going to roll random events until something happens. So here we go. And that is random event 6. So I'll look at RE6, and that says sighting 7, 558. So, okay. So sighting 558, sorry, sighting 7, 558. It says, right, S7, so sighting 7 is fully activated. So I'm circling that on my sheet. Activates Germans 29, 30, and 31. Blimey, 3 of them in hex A9. So A6, 7, 8, oh, right, directly. Well, Yeah, so I'm going to move my east marker a little bit out of the way. All right, so they're coming in here. Okay, let me get those set up and then see what we're actually facing. Okay, there they are. So 29, 30, and 31 is German soldiers U, R, and L. Okay, each one of these is a veteran infantryman, and each one's got a +1 BP, so that grants me 3 BP already. Okay, now they've got movement, well, R's only got movement allowance of 3. Okay, they're armed with, 2 of them armed with bolt action rifles and 2 grenades, and one's armed with a machine pistol and a Luger. Okay, that's it from that point of view. And then over here, so U has got an initiative of 2, L's got an initiative of 2, and R's only got an initiative of 1. So that's their 3 guys. They have entered the map, and we begin the first round, which, as I say, will be in the next video. So I'd like to end it at that point. Let me bring this back to me. Okay. Didn't wait long for any of the guys to come on, did they? First die roll, boom, and 3 infantrymen, veteran infantrymen. So I'm looking at their stats, which is these cards here. Okay, I don't know if you can see that without the word ambush behind it. I wonder if I do it that way. There's the word ambush. Yeah. I don't know if you can focus on that. Boom. Not so good, is it? Okay. So German infantryman U, and we are, oh, where's my little name sheet? Hang on. Got a little sheet with names for Germans. Okay, so you just personalize it a bit more for me. So Urbach. Mr. Urbach, he's got initiative of 2, perception 5, not too bad, weapon skills 0, movement allowance of 4, and he has 2 grenades. Okay, then we have Mr. L, who will now be known as Lang. He has initiative of 2, perception of 3, weapon skill +1. Okay, so he's a good shot. Movement out again of 4, armed with a bolt action rifle, 2 grenades. And then Mr. R, who will be known as Richter, he has an initiative of 1, so a little bit like perception 2, weapon skill 0, movement allowance of 3. So they're not the greatest guys, but there's 3 of them. So, and he's armed with a machine pistol. So that's it. Those are ready, and that will be in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed that. Again, a bit of the housekeeping. If you could like the video, it all helps the channel. And yeah, it would be just much appreciated. The more likes, that's the algorithm. Boop. If you haven't already and you enjoy what I do, subscribe. That'll be, again, appreciated. Comments, love them. I do tend to get a few comments with the ambush, so hopefully that will continue. Hope you guys enjoy what is the setup. Different to what I've done before. So it's now, I've had, a power drop. I've had a meeting engagement, sort of scouting sort of thing. I then had a mission behind the lines. Now this time I've got to do a defense. The Germans are coming in and they're going to come in hot. Let's see how it goes. But until next time, play games, have fun, and if you've got ambush, get it to the table because it's fantastic. Bye, Internet.